And it's like, oh yeah, no, kill everybody at 70. That makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, holy smokes. Swear to God. People are weird.
Yeah, but it's a maths thing. If I was doing maths and look at it mathematically without any actual sort of a person, yeah, and complete detachment from emotions and people, mathematically, yeah, do it. Do you get what I'm saying? From the point of view, that's what she's done at 20. She's done the maths.
I haven't looked into it hugely. It's just, really don't
How
think
the
so.
fuck do you find
I
these
reckon it's
loons?
probably
It's
other
like you're a
places.
lunatic magnet, you are.
Oh, I love it. I get it all the time. It was like I was just in a space there now, and Female Union sent me a message behind the scenes going, I don't like how he's talking to you. And I'm like, yeah, that's because he's being an asshole. Um, but, what am I supposed to do? I just let them be assholes at me, and everybody sees it. Isn't it wonderful? Wonderbrand. It's Wonderbrand. Because it shows them up for what they are. It's like Mark the other night. I don't know whether anyone was in that space, but Mark showed himself up again,
Admiral.
and I'm going,
You on about?
yeah.
Honest to God, why the fuck are people still going in his spaces? I blocked him fucking forever ago.
Well, I blocked him ages ago, and then I unblocked him, and I was like, all right, okay, let's see how you go. And then the other night he went off on me big time, and I knew what he was doing. I was just going, don't do this again, Mark. And he went, what do you mean again? What do you mean again? And went, holy,
Was it another
I knew it
drunken
was five
rage?
o'clock in the morning for him.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 5 o'clock in the morning for
Yep.
him. It was 11 o'clock in the morning for me. And I was just going, go ahead there. You're digging yourself a hole that you're not going to get out of. I feel like just saying
People keep making
all,
excuses for Mark, and I don't know why the women are all making excuses for him. Yeah, he's behaved so
mm,
repeatedly, so badly, and he's gone at women on a pissed up
mhm.
rage. Yeah, and people don't.
Yeah,
The way you teach people that that's wrong is you block them and you ignore them, and then they have to start behaving again.
I know. I know, but I did do that. And he did start behaving again, and then I let it go and went, let's see what he does. And he just did it again. So dear love him. But I didn't do anything wrong. He just like completely made an arse of himself. It's not my
Well,
fault.
no, but he always makes an ass of himself. He that's
I
his
know.
thing, isn't it? Sort of like every few weeks he goes off on a drunken rage about something.
hmm Yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate. But it was the fact that he did it to me, like right in front of loads of different people in the space. And I was just like, don't do that. Don't do that. And I tried to tell him, but he just kept on going. And I was like, and I had about 12 messages in the background going, you've got the patience of a saint. How are you dealing with this? Blah, blah, blah. And do you know what? It didn't, I actually felt sorry for him because I knew that he's going to be the person who suffers from this. It's not going to be me. But yeah. Oh, Tarly in the
You
Hi,
room.
Cal.
guys, you
Hello.
guys, you guys, you got to watch the trailer that's in the nest. It's the film Lady Ballers.
No, I saw the trailer earlier. It's actually very funny.
I
I was like,
know.
oh, shit. Oh, shit. I fucking like this.
Spikey's getting the experience, Belfast. She tries to.
Right, well, she can go and look at it. It's fucking hilarious. And I'm sorry a woman isn't doing it, to be fair. But I think it's the best thing to do. As we always said, humor is going to be the best option here. But that's going to be fucking hilarious. I just
Well,
can't wait.
the men's is just a lot more like a lot
Well,
more
they got a lot more
is
money
into
than
like sports and shit. They can all see it, and
well,
they're
they've
only
got a
gonna
lot more
like
money than us.
they learn
Like
off
the likes of,
comedy, innit?
well, the likes of Matt Walsh and everything else. They have a lot more money than we do. That's fair enough. I think if we could have done it, we should have. But at the end of the day,
I
you
don't
can
think we would have
understand.
got that production value. I mean, they're
No,
already near
we
Hollywood,
genuinely
aren't
wouldn't have. We genuinely would have. We don't have enough money. Go ahead, female.
Hey, I just wanted to check on you and make sure you're okay. That guy was an asshole.
I know. No, I'm fine. I knew fine rightly what he was doing. And the minute he interrupted me the first time, I knew fine rightly what he was doing. Don't worry about me. I'm
What guy?
absolutely.
What
I
happened?
was in space.
Admiral.
Who? What
I was in
happened?
space. It was like an American guy, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm going to ask you a question," and then like completely interrupted me the first time I tried to answer the question, and then the second
No,
time
to be
tried
fair,
to answer it.
Belfast, to be fair, he shouted you down more than once. And it was shouting. It wasn't interrupting. It was shouting you down.
Who is it? Hello, everyone.
Admiral.
Uh,
Admiral.
Mark.
Oh no,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's
no, no,
different.
no,
No,
no.
no, no, this was
No,
different. This was today.
this
Oh,
is
it's
a
a different
different
bloke.
guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
another one. Oh, I have loads of blokes that go off on me. They love me so much that they have to attack me.
His
Look,
You're
name
don't
getting
worry
is,
all
about it
the
too much.
attention, ain't it, Belfast?
I am. I love all the attention from the really abusive men. Don't worry about it. I'm not. I'm not offended at all. I knew fine rightly what he was going to do.
yeah, well, first of all, Belfast was trying to ask a question about something that he had stated in the space. And then he went off on her and saying that's what's the problem with you people from overseas is you don't live in America, so you don't know what political parties and affiliations we have or what things mean, blah 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 blah. And he was like really, really yelling at her. And so then in order to continue to try to belittle her, he then decided to um ask her about this dude that he thinks should be in charge of Ireland.
An
Um,
MMA fighter. An MMA
yeah,
fighter. This is where he was coming from. It was
Yeah.
just like, you think, do you not think that Conor McGregor could be a politician? I'm like, no. The question that he asked, the question that I asked was, because they said about liberalism or libertarianism and liberalism, and they were confusing the two. And I went, why do you think that libertarianism is the same as liberalism? This is weird. What's your libertarian party? And they were going, oh, yeah, no, it's this and that and the other. And they explained liberalism to me. And I went, no, but that's liberalism. That's not libertarianism. And they got really cross because they knew
I
I
don't
was
know the
right.
difference. I don't know the difference between those
Um,
two things.
right. Well, ugh, I don't even want to
yeah.
go into it.
He actually was it him or one of his buddies that was like, if you don't like it, just go open up your own space.
Well, no, he said that at first, and then his mate turned around and went, "Oh, I think we should shut this down and have another space." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm making mincemeat out of this man. This is why. Shut up. Oh my God.
I
I
think
swear to
they
God.
actually blocked me
Yeah,
because
these men have no clue what they're doing. That's why they didn't want to talk to me. I genuinely think they don't have decent women in their life. That's their problem.
I don't think that it's the lack of decent women. I think they're just chauvinistic men.
But if they're chauvinistic men, then they don't have decent women in their life. It's not possible, right?
Mm.
So it's both.
I don't know. It's hard for a woman to be, that decent woman if her man's a real chauvinist because you'll get into that sort of like
Well, she could
he,
be being abused, is what I'm saying. It could
yeah,
be that she married him and he's an abusive man. And so she's stuck and feels like she's stuck in that situation, is what I'm saying.
and she has to nurse his ego, otherwise she or the kids is going to pay for it.
Exactly. That one dude, Jay, Jay Patriot or whatever his name is, um, likened that MMA fighter to Donald Trump, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that was quite funny. Please don't think that I'm upset or, getting all cracky or anything like that. Don't worry about it. And, with the likes of Mark as well, genuinely not affected by that. I'm not the person who needs to be worried about how they behaved. That was Admiral needs to work out how he behaved in that particular space.
What
Um,
happened with Admiral?
goodness me. He went off on one. Um, and tried to tell me because I went, "Oh, don't do this again." And when he started, I went, "Oh, please don't do this again." And and he went off on one, ranting away at me about Irishness and sectarianism, and trying to tell me what it was like to live in a sectarian world. And I'm like, excuse me, you don't know anything. I think I held my own. Um, I know that a couple of women um have blocked him. I didn't ask them to. I haven't blocked him yet. I was waiting for him to apologize, but of course he hasn't.
One of the things that really bugs me about this sort of shit is Admiral gets to behave like that, and the women keep forgiving him and not blocking him and going to his spaces and having him in his spaces. But if a woman was to behave like that frequently, she'd be ostracised.
Shoot, all you got to do is talk to the wrong person or say hey or like a post if you're a woman and you've got all kinds of problems showing up on your doorstep. I said thank you to some people, and I've had some people get sideways with me because I said thank you to some people who've told the truth. So it is what it is.
Well,
People are
that's
just
true.
that some people just pick and choose whether or not the evidence is presented. Now, I am not going to lie. I have been seen in Admiral spaces. I did not know that Admiral was
Oh, I
the
wasn't talking
same
about
guy.
female. I wasn't
No,
talking about you. I'm on about the people that have seen him do it repeatedly and still,
yeah. I didn't
still
know
sort of
he was
like.
the same guy that he's the one that had the little block list that was going around, and um he had me ostracized from speaking out in the United States because I didn't have a big enough following account for him. And I didn't know that he was the same person because he changed his account or something. He's also the same guy that um, he was trying to lie about Gabs um, and was really
I'm sorry, what?
roasting. Yeah, he tried to tell lies about Gabs, and then he was really roasting Jay Thomas one night. And
Hang on. What? They used to be really good friends.
oh yeah, he was roasting her. I mean, it was
Mark,
bad.
is this? Are we talking about Mark still? Because that's
Yeah,
like, isn't that typical of his behaviour? That he's best mates with women, and then all of a sudden they don't do what he wants or something, or they disagree, and he goes hell for leather and gets drunk and pisses all over the place, basically.
yeah, I'm guessing.
I
Yeah.
didn't know he went after Jay Thomas. Now
Oh
that's
yeah, he did.
interesting.
He went after
Wow.
he went after her, and she was doing her best to stand her ground. And I finally spoke up in that space, and I was like, who are you without these three women? What have you done by yourself? Who are you? What have you done to make things better in the United States? Who are you? And then he tried to poke fun at me because I was a smaller account than him, and I told him that I didn't appreciate the way that he was speaking to Jennifer Thomas, and she apologized like profusely to him in this space, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I spoke up and said something, and then um, I guess
Hold up,
that's whenever he
though.
changed
Hang on.
his.
Jay Thomas apologized?
Yes, ma'am, she sure did profusely.
Wow. That might be because he did her video stuff behind the scenes. Um, but that's interesting. Jay Thomas apologizing? Oh my
It
god.
was, it was, um, you know how that Jay Patriot dude treated you just a few moments ago? It was like that, but a
Wow.
little bit worse, and it went on for hours even after she had apologized. It was
More like a
terrible.
whole struggle session.
Yeah, it was bad. And then
Wow.
Gabs wasn't even in there to defend herself, and he was trying to call her all kinds of names and saying that she did all kinds of stuff that she just absolutely didn't do. And so that was my run in with him. And then that's whenever he
I think
changed
I need a
his.
conversation with the American women here. I genuinely am surprised by that. Like Gabs and Jennifer capitulating. That's
it
weird.
was